Hello, it's Get Personal with Patty here, and I am on January 15th paycheck budgeting with the Budget Moms budget box set. You get 12 little mini books like this to budget your paychecks, and I am already on January 15th. So here you go. My check with no overtime was $236. A rollover of $66, and then I had an extra $200 of income this week. So I'm working with $502. So because I had that extra income, I also added extra cushion. So I'm doing a total of $45. And then if this is your first video that you're watching, my funds go for all our envelopes and sinking funds, as well as every now and then, half of the electric bill, because as you can see, for $236, I do put $100. So this $236 is netted in my account. These are my funds in my account with this, and I'm going to show you. I do have the budget by paycheck big workbook, and what I do in there is just the joint funds. So I will show you that as well today, because I want to point out something. But so my envelopes will get $60, which I actually did put $60 in there. So this is the way I do it. I put budgeted $60, and then in my envelope I want to put $60 for groceries. But then in actual, I put what I'm actually putting in the envelope. At the end of the month, I look at the envelope that has the grocery fund, and I keep a really good track of what we spend at the grocery. So I'll just show you really quickly. So, some people you'll see some videos where they say, they budgeted $60, and then they spent for the week, they spent $40, so they'll put $40 in the actual amount. I actually do it like, okay, I wanted to put $60 in grocery fund, in my grocery envelope, and yes, I did put $60 in my grocery fund. So this is my grocery envelope. And as you can see, so in January, my first paycheck that I used for January was December 24th. So I put $60 in, and then December 26th, we spent $20. So I do keep a running tally of what we put in and what we spend here. And then at the end of the month, I will total this and make sure that it jives with my worksheets in here of where my money was spent. So that's how I do it. So dine out, I put in $25. So yes, I'll put 25 there. Miscellaneous Walgreens, I debited. So that was, a thought that maybe I wouldn't go over 20, and then we did spend $17.20. Ocean State Job Lot, specialty groceries. Sometimes we get like chips there, coffee. They have a lot of different things. So that was budgeted at $15, and I did debit that, $12.30. My A letter for January word of the month, my word of the month is peace. So A is worth $1, and I did put $1 in that envelope. P personal, which is me, so I took $25 for the week. House cleaning, I put $25 in that envelope. And then 100 envelope challenge is that challenge that I'm doing this year to save $5,000 by the end of this year. So that's this one here. So yeah, so everything that's colored in so far, I already have saved. So this week I colored in $25 and I colored in $27. So like I always say, I need to work on this one. That's $76 through 100. It'll come. I'm not worried about it. I've been doing really successfully, at least, adding money in there once to twice, one paycheck, but a little bit every week. And that's really what you got to do, a little bit every week. Don't get overwhelmed by by putting money away or watching others. Do what works for you. So I did put $25 in one envelope and $27 in the other. And then I'll tally that up. Now these are automatic transfers. That's why they're they're highlighted in pink. Allie does our car and house maintenance fund automatically of $25 a week. Christmas 21, $10 a week. And our emergency fund, $25 a week. And then I have 4 sinking funds that I started this year. So that's $20. It gets $5 each, which I did do that. And then BJ's, I put in $25 because I spent BJ's in January a little over that $100. So I just want to make sure we have at least $100 for, once a month to get BJ's stuff. So my credit card, I always pay $50 a week extra on it. I really want to get that credit card. I have $1,800 on it, and I'm determined to get it paid off by May, if not sooner. And then in my personal savings account, I do put $25. And then, and this really, I put my $25 a week in my personal savings. If I want to buy something that's like a little bit more expensive or clothes, this is where I take it out of. Okay, so this was my cash envelope breakdown, which I already stuffed my envelopes, but I put this here, and then I go to the bank and I ask them how many 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s that I want. So my total between my sinking funds and my regular weekly envelopes came to $233. And again, my money thoughts every week in January has been the same. No personal spending debited from this account. And I've been pretty good. I'd like to do that yearly, but for me, week to week. All right, and that's it. And then 122, we'll start all over again for next week's paycheck. And then in the bill tracker, as you can see, I do use the highlighted method, which every expense, everything that I track, that I spend in my account, I highlight so I can look over it and see, so far I have how much in cushion, how much have I spent, in, different whatevers. There's a lot of deposits, there's a lot of cash out, okay, and I think I'm actually up to date here, so doing good. I like the little budget box set. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I do like it for my personal funds. Now, call me crazy, but there's a lot of questions on the different budget mom groups of how people are using the budget mom system. So I did buy the extra, this one. This is the big budget by paycheck workbook. Coil, you can see it like that. So how I use this one is just for joint funds. So for example, this week, January 15th, I automatically put $100 in this account. My rollover here was $211, and then there was $200 that came in from the business funding. So same thing, in this account, I do have a cushion that I do weekly, so that's $20. We paid our Comcast bill, we put some money in the IRA, and we put some money in our daughter's ABLE account. We have Ready Refresh coming out, so I'll wait and then post that here. For sinking funds out of the joint, we only have 2 right now. We have the water bill that comes twice a year, so we're just building a little savings for that. And then we have summer fund, which I put a line through because I wasn't going to deposit any money in it this week, but I do have a little leftover, so I think I'll put in 20. And then BJ's. I didn't realize I put BJ's in here this week because I had it in my personal, but again, I want to get ahead on the BJ's. I'd rather have $100 cash in that envelope for February, so I will take out $25 for here. And then the envelopes, we did have a date night this week, and so I debited that date night dinner, which was $50, and then my husband got gas, which is $20. And I need gas as well, so I'm actually going to debit $20 of gas from the joint account as well. I could do that from my account, but because I already do all the envelopes and sinking funds, I figured I would do gas from the joint account. So then this is my expense tracker. Now it's a little different than what I'm doing in my book, which I might change that because I kind of like this. I got this idea from a YouTuber, Jen Bleacher. She's Life in Envelopes. So she expense trackers and reconciles it weekly per her paycheck. So I kind of like that idea, because then at the end of the month, I can just go to the bottom here and add up, specialty groceries for the first week was 107.05. Specialty groceries for the second week was 29.81. So I kind of like that a lot better. And I don't think I've done anything, for this week, so I have to do that. But same kind of idea. I track everything I spend, but it's done weekly instead of monthly. Because monthly, I can't seem to kind of reconcile down to the dollar, which for me is not a big deal. As long as I'm doing these steps, I'm happy, and I am saving, and I am, paying down debt. So at the end of the workbook for the month, there's different worksheets, and I do fill them in, like where did my money go, and, you get an idea overall of how you're spending your money and how you're saving it. But I never, for some reason, the last few months, I never come out even exact. Like I'm always off, not even $1. I'm off $20, $30. So I just kind of want to keep better track. So I figured if I reconcile or at least add up, what my income was. So this is the first week. It was December 31st to January 5th. So my income was $2,000. And then I highlight, my expenses and then do the little key down here. So income 2,000, and then with all the things that we spent in the first week, it was 1875.91. So, and the difference is the cushion. So that kind of reconciled out 100%. Same thing with week 2 was 1.8. So the opening, just taken from here to here. And then the income, what was spent in that week, again, put down here as a key and totaled. So the income was 2,100. The expenses was 2,028. So the difference is like 100, which again is the cushion. So I kind of like it. I like doing it weekly. So thanks, Jen. Great idea. And now I will update January 15th through the 22nd. And I'm going to do that, I think, weekly. And there's enough pages in here to do weekly. So you can easily do it, reconcile it, and do it like that weekly. Then at the end of the month, when I go to put it on the worksheet, where did my money go, I'm just taking it from here. I'm taking, specialty grocery from here, add this to this, and so on. So that's what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer or help you. Thanks. Bye-bye. Have a happy weekend, long weekend for some of us. Thank you.